Great Scott, ladies and gentlemen. We're here 3 minutes earlier than 9 p.m. because we're anxious. We have hyper attention deficit disorder, whatever it is. And on top of that, we drink a lot of coffee. So, yay. There you go. Special coffee. What's up, Robert? Robert Sanchez in the house.
Hello,
Louis Lecca in the house as well. That's me. What's up, everyone? What an incredible week it's been. Kicking off with the release of Black Adam, dominating the box office. We're going to be talking about that. Also, there was a premiere for Black Panther. What are the people saying? What are the critics saying? We'll talk about that. Also, from left field, more DC news. James Gunn has taken over the DC Universe, Detective Comics universe. You know, that's a little thing with that happens to include Wonder Woman, Superman, and the Batman and Green Lantern, and a lot of the characters I love the most. But what do you think, man? What's up with you?
Oh man, what a week, Louis. What a week. What an incredible week. You know, it's a great time to be a geek right now.
Yeah. Nerd. You like what word do you like, nerd or geek? Because some people, because I have an opinion about that, about whatever your answer is.
See, I have an opinion too. And
what is it?
Nerds think they know what they're talking about. Geeks do.
Okay. I think.
Listen, is there a difference? It's like Trekkers and Trekkies, right?
Well, that's what I was saying, but I think people that call themselves geeks, because there's actually people that call themselves geeks and won't call themselves nerds, and I think those people are like seriously like they're ashamed of what they are. You know what I mean? So hey, nerds welcome geeks, but geeks don't welcome nerds. It's really weird. Speaking of geekery and nerdiness, I got something. We got 14 people here, not too many. I mean, we're starting a little early, but there's a way you can help us get more people in here. And I just dropped the link to the Twitters right now. If you guys could share our Twitter at Nuke the Fridge right there. You see it on screen. Head over there. That's the tweet right there from Nuke the Fridge. Don't forget to follow or subscribe or whatever it is. Let's talk James Gunn taking over DC, Black Adam still winning, Black Panther reviews, and more live. Join us right here. Do me a favor, guys. Oh, we got 2 retweets already. Let's get 3. Let's get 3 right there with the like. Right there. All right, we got 3 people already retweeted. Let's see. We got Julie, Carrie retweeted, and Audrey. Let's go. All right, let's get some more people in here. As we continue the party, 4 tweets. This is gonna be packed here, man. 5 tweets. Man, it's gonna be packed. There actually. Hey, what's up, Collaborative? What's up, man? All right. Well, hey, listen. Since we're on Twitter, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been on Twitter for 15 years plus. I've seen people pass me. I've seen people get that blue check mark of verification. And I've met all the requirements they ask, but I always get rejected. And it's really frustrating because I see people that start a week ago and pass our lovely site that we work so hard to get on the map. And it's really frustrated me. That plus trolls, plus the toxicity, and people complaining. But now it appears it has new management, and that's Elon Musk has taken over Twitter, and you know the reactions all over the place. I think, you know, what did the Joker say when? What did the Joker say to Harvey Dent, Robert? That he goes, I'm like a dog chasing a car. I wouldn't know what to do if I got up to it. Okay.
Yep.
How does that make sense? All right. We want an electrical car. We want electrical cars to be clean for the environment. Okay. Elon Musk has Tesla. Okay. We want free internet. What is the thing that the internet he has? The company
Starlink.
Starlink. Okay. All right. Cool. We want people to go to space. So he has SpaceX. It's all funded. We asked for millionaires to invest into the community. That's a thing. That's a complaint. Millionaires are selfish. So he's kind of looking like he's not. So now he's taking over Twitter. I don't know if I'm going to get my blue check mark, but look, anything's better than what we had, ladies and gentlemen. And hopefully, like when we tweet something, people see it. Maybe like people will have to, identify who the F they are. They can't troll us. They can't harass us, and stuff like that. So let's see what happens there. Entertainment wise, well, this is an entertainment hour here on Nuke the Fridge, and yeah, this is very, very entertaining. What is your take on all this, man?
Look, man, Elon. Listen, this guy has put his money where his mouth is, right? He's done a whole lot. He's done a whole lot more than most of your billionaires, millionaires. Okay. Mm-hmm. But let's talk specifically about Twitter. Maybe it's because I'm from a different generation than some of the people who are very active on Twitter. I'm a Gen Xer, right? And most of us Gen Xers, we had thick skin, right? So I grew up in a time that I believe that freedom of speech applies to everyone, even those I disagree with. Okay. So I like the fact that Elon says that he's going to try to make, and again, I understand the argument that this is a private company and, freedom of speech is only guaranteed to, in things that have to do with the government or the country and stuff like that. A private company could do whatever they want. I understand all the arguments, but Elon says that Twitter is kind of like a town square, right? So as long as it's a healthy debate, bring it on. We're not always going to agree with the guy next door to us. Did you know this is something very interesting? We're not going to get into politics because this is not about politics, okay? But in 2012, the ACLU defended the KKK because they said even though they disagreed with everything they said, they had the right to say whatever they wanted to, right? So my thing is, let the stupid people talk, right? From whatever side of the political spectrum.
Yeah, so we know who the dummies are.
Yeah, let's know who the idiots are, right? We could mute them. If you don't like someone who's on Twitter, then don't follow them, right? You could block people, right? But my thing is, let people talk. I do not believe, especially Louis, you and I,
most people coming from, in other words, most people from that have ancestries from other countries, we don't like the censorship on Twitter. Why beat around the bush?
We don't like the censorship. Yeah, we don't like the censorship. So,
or the elitism, or the fucking, the entitleism you get here from like an Eve Barlow, who's hating on Trump. So if you guys want to agree with Eve Barlow, cool. You guys know who that is because there's a lot of nerd reporters here. But let me be my last point, Audrey. With all due respect, this is what is the narrative, and it's not triple the price. I don't know where you get triple the price. With all due respect, here's a hybrid Toyota, $30,000. Here's a Tesla, $62,000, no gas needed. Okay, so I know that doesn't change your mind. People are still gonna say it's triple, but it's not triple, and the reason is because this dude is trying to make a difference with stuff, and you know what? People don't like it, and here it is.
Listen, I'm in the automotive industry. Lewis,
30,000, but I'm sure that's not going to change anyone's mind.
By the way, Louis, I'm in the automotive industry. That's what I do in real life, right? And I'll tell you something. Any price you see on Toyota and Honda, that's not real. They're getting up to $15,000, $20,000 above sticker price right now. Okay. So, getting a Tesla for 50, 60 grand, right? A lot of people are paying the same thing for a loaded Honda Accord with all the bells and whistles. Okay.
Yeah,
And
it's,
those are
it's
hybrids
weird.
or gas. So it is what it is. But listen, I think it's an exciting time because you know what? It can't be any worse than it was before, right? And at the end of the day, it's his money. He bought it. Let's move forward. The only thing that I kind of find a little dumb is when people saying, "Oh, I'm going to live Twitter. I'm going to leave Twitter now." Listen, I personally believe that only the weak retreat, right? If you have a good argument, and I have friends that are from the right, from the left, and from the center, right? If you have a good argument, you should be able to defend whatever position you have, right? And here's the thing: if you voted for Hillary, if you voted for Trump, if you voted for Bernie, at the end of the day, I get along with everyone. You know me, Louis. Shit,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it is what it is. So let's be adults and let's have some fun. Let's talk movies.
Yeah, but let's get verified. I think this community, a lot of it's new, for Nuke the Fridge, people come from Nerd Report, but we should get verified, man. I mean, you guys deserve it, we deserve it, and stuff like that. Just a little bit of more legitimacy and everything. So I don't know, just a thought. But okay, moving on forward. Um, all right, dude. What topic do you want to take out first? It's on you.
Oh, you know what? Let's talk about one that we haven't really talked about a whole lot. I posted it on Nuke the Fridge.
Yeah.
It talks, Damon Lindelof, right, is writing a secret Star Wars project. And, Louis, I'm a huge Star Wars fan. Again, you've seen the Bob Cave. I got so much Star Wars memorabilia. Hell, I even got one of those rocket firing Boba Fett from 1980 here. Okay. I'm going to say something. I'm scared. And I love Star Wars, right? I've been a defender for most
Why are you
of,
scared?
because they're saying that this is going to take place after the sequel trilogy, and it's gonna it might involve some of the characters from the sequel trilogy. And when I look at the sequel trilogy right now, there's no I don't want to see any of these characters. I don't want to see Poe. I don't want to see Finn. I don't want to see
My
Rey. I don't
dude,
want to see.
my dude, look, hey, bud, we're friends we're friends also outside of this thing. This ain't gonna happen. They've announced like 15 projects, bro. Come on.
And you know what? You're possibly right. There's also a
Yeah.
report going on the internet right now. They're saying that Kathy Kennedy has been kind of slapped in the hand and been told to stop reporting projects unless they're ready to be made.
Yeah.
Because, the Taika Waititi thing, the Kevin Feige thing, the Patty Jenkins thing, right? They've been talking about getting all these movies made, right? And then all of a sudden, the Patty Jenkins shit is off on the side burner. Now the one thing that I'm so glad that hasn't been made is the Ryan Johnson trilogy, right? That's the one thing I'm really happy that hasn't been made, because I absolutely loathe, Last Jedi. I don't see anything redeeming out of that movie. But yes, I'm scared that they're doing this, right? Especially when this is what's crazy, Louis. And I know, and listen, I hear you. I watched the last episode of Andor, right? And the last episode of Andor, but listen, I'm from a different generation. I'm enjoying certain aspects of it. But here's the problem. We're down to, I think we're like at episode 6, episode 7. There's only four episodes left, right? Here's the issue. They better really get into the third act of this story, right? I'm thinking, okay, was the first 3-4 episodes Act 1? The next episodes were Act 2. Are we finally going to get some excitement, right? Because, Louis, you know how the Halloween movies, John Carpenter always said that the way he worked those scares, he thought about it as a rubber band, right? He would stretch it, and then right when you expect it to snap, he would scare you, right? Well, here's the thing. Right now, I'm watching Andor, and I'm stretch, and nothing has snapped, and it's getting. I'm like, holy crap, something better happen.
Well, finally, you agree with me in that point because that show, I don't know what it is about. It's overwritten, it's overcooked. There's way too many characters. I'm not impressed with the cameos. I don't know what they're doing, man. I thought it was the beginning of a rebellion. But D Nice, I love your avatar with that little patch. It looks so cute. Uh, you should be verified since The Rock gave you a shout out. You know, and other stuff. I gotta be honest with you. Well, today, what is the World Series or whatever? The somebody sent me a. They ran the commercial during that, so that's a big deal too. It's on TV. I'm gonna try again and then get rejected again, probably. So we'll see.
Well, I've rejection was always tough in high school, but that was a whole different story.
Yeah.
But yeah, but now, hey, since we're still talking about Star Wars, I do want to say one thing. I just watched Tales of the Jedi, the animated series.
I think I'm gonna watch it tonight.
Louis, I won't spoil anything, but I'm going to tell you right now. Once again, Dave Filoni proves that he should be the one running Lucasfilm because everything they do on the animated side, right? Bad Batch, Cold Wars, Rebels, it's always a freaking home run, right? And I'm going to tell you something. Holy crap. Tales of the Jedi, for the folks who haven't seen it. If you guys haven't seen it, go watch that this weekend, and we'll talk about it again next week. Holy crap. Once again, some of the best Star Wars. It's amazing. How can they hit – the animation is always perfect, and live action is sucking. Holy crap.
Oh, check this one out. Check this out. I've seen your comment on the commercial like 100 times already. Yeah, that's rad.
By the way, I'm following the scores. If people who are not watching, it's top of the 10th, Philly 6, the cheating Astros 5. Okay,
damn, man. Yeah, every time you mention sports, we lose like 15 people.
Yeah, shit, and we only have 10 watching. We're gonna go -5.
Yo, okay, Wakanda forever. You had a review up there. You got to see it, right?
Yeah, so listen, I got to tell you something, Louis. I was hesitant, and you know that we've been sitting on some of these story details for a while, but sometimes we got to sit on them. We kind of try to get people to comment on them. We call certain people, they stay quiet. The studio, the PR people, they won't repeat anything or they won't tell us anything. So, last week, and this is a little bit of a spoiler territory. I'm not going to say exactly what, but, if we go to the website and if we click on what we posted a week and a half ago, whatever it was, right? It turns out, Louis, that it was 100% accurate. Okay. So the story details were accurate minus one thing. There is right now at the screening of for the premiere, the world premiere, they only showed one mid-credit scene. And again, I'm not going to talk spoilers right now, okay? They were expecting a second post-credit scene, and that second post-credit scene was supposed to be Victor Von Doom, okay? The word on the streets was that this scene was actually filmed with a stand-in actor in a Doctor Doom. And again, we're not going to spoil anything. Yes, don't worry. No spoilers, okay? But all we do know is that there is no Doctor Doom tag at the screening, at the world premiere screening. With that said, Louis, how many times have they, especially in the Marvel films, have we seen that the world premiere didn't have a certain tag, and then later, for the regular screenings, it did, right? Because what's interesting is that all the story details that I posted is exactly in the movie, minus the Doctor Doom tag. Okay, so
yeah. Well, I don't know. Before we continue with that, I just want to say what's up to Earth and Sky. Thanks for the $5 Cash App. Always supporting. Thank you very much. Awesome.
Very nice.
Vegas funds next week.
We're toasting to Earth and Sky here. I'm drinking a rum and Coke. There you go. This
Well,
show is not brought to you by Bacardi. Not brought to you by Bacardi.
You saw all the reactions for this film. Could these could they be trusted? Or are they exaggerating?
Okay, a spoiler-free reaction. Okay, listen. Is there going to be emotional scenes in this movie? Of course. Chadwick Boseman died 2 years ago, right? So, of course, a lot of people go in there going very vested into watching this movie.
Yeah.
With that said, okay, is this movie better than Black Panther 1? No. Are they trying really hard to make it bigger in scope? Yes. Are there some good performances? Yes. Is there times where this movie feels a little long? Yes. I think, Louis, you and I off the air, I think definitely this is probably like a 7.
A 7 out of 10?
A 7 out of 10. Again, it's not a bad movie, but it is long. Again, I don't want to spoil too much because we do owe it to our viewers to let them watch it. It's still fun, but it is 2 hours and 41 minutes. They could have trimmed it.
Dang.
They could have trimmed it. They could have trimmed it by 15, 20 minutes. Okay. But I get it. They're also trying to play, how do you pay homage to a beloved actor that died? You know what I mean, Louis? That's the thing. I think the studio gave Ryan Coogler the opportunity to do what he wanted to pay homage to T'Challa and to, Chadwick Boseman.
All right. Well, I think it's good. There's no doubt in my mind it's going to be a good movie. The only problem is it ruins it for me because I feel like these the shills that get invited, like they look at the dictionary for like hyperbolic compliments. They write their tweet before they watch the movie, and then as soon as the movie comes out, they tweet. Yeah. I think they're doing that. All right. Well, let's get on to exciting news. James Gunn.
Woo!
All right, James Gunn, Guardians of the Galaxy. Actually, he was going to be taking over or creative officer, whatever you want to call it, over there at Marvel with Kevin Feige at one point. So now, after a little bit of a bumpy road, he's back and he's the head of DC now. Not just the films, but animation and TV
and interactive
as well.
Yes,
and he's also he's co-doing this with Peter Safran, which I'm not really familiar with him. I don't really follow producers that much.
Well, Peter got started, with some of the really corny movies, like Meet the Spartans, I think it was, and some of that stuff. But he's produced a lot of the DC movies. He got, Shazam and stuff. So the guy knows how to get movies made.
I like Shazam a lot.
So he knows how to get movies made, and it's interesting because some of the story comes out that they were actually thinking about getting Dan Lin to come in and take over DC, but Dan has a big again. Now we're getting into really behind the curtains studio shit, but he has a big producing deal at Universal, right? And DC basically wanted him to cut his ties with Universal. Dan did not. They went to Peter Safran. Peter was good, but he did say he wanted a creative partner, and they said, "All right, perfect." James Gunn. Now, I got to tell you something, and I talked to you a little bit about this the other day, and I want to be clear. I love my biggest love is DC, right? I love Superman, Batman. Those are my guys. Don't get me wrong. I love Marvel as well, but Superman to me is my guy. That's who I grew up. Christopher Reeve. That's my guy. Um, the fact that it's a very different approach, right? Especially, and I got to give DC credit. I think we're forgetting, and I don't think anyone's talked about this. A year or two ago, remember, fucking James Gunn got fired from the Guardians from Marvel, right?
Yeah.
Because of some old, jokes that he put jokes that he had up on Twitter that were very inappropriate. Okay, and he got canceled. And if there's one other good thing about James Gunn now taking over DC, is that it looks like hopefully some of this cancel culture itself is getting canceled, right? Because now, holy crap, he's co-chairman, co-CEO of DC Studios, which, by the way, this whole DC Studios thing it's also different because it's now under the DC Studios label, right? It's its own entity. So again, I'm excited. Let's see what happens. There's a lot. They could mine a lot if they're smart about this. They could mine a lot of great properties. I believe that DC, the DC characters are kind of designed as gods, right? And Marvel were the imperfect ones. Let's see what James Gunn and Peter and the rest of the gang have to do with this with the new relaunch. November 1st, by the way. I know November 1st you're doing your birthday podcast thing that you're doing, Louis, but stay close because that's the first day that James Gunn officially takes over. Don't be surprised if a bunch of projects get announced at the same time.
Well, I hope so, but I want to be honest with you guys. We've heard this before, but not at this much enthusiasm with Superman and everything. James Gunn has this Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special coming out as well. This looks like fun, right?
Yeah, you know what? That looks really fun. If you watched, for the people who haven't seen it, go on the website, click on it. It's very cool, and we won't spoil too much. But the bottom line is, they come to Earth to celebrate Christmas. Okay, and it's not a spoiler because they showed in the trailer. Kevin Bacon is in this thing, and I love Kevin Bacon, right? Everyone loves Kevin Bacon. So this looks like a whole lot of fun. Now, the interesting thing, if we go back to some of the stuff that Kevin Feige's been saying, because on the red carpet of Wakanda Forever, some people asked him, "Hey, so what do you think about James Gunn now? Being the co-chair of DC?"
Saw that, yeah, saw that.
Right, and you saw that, and he said, "Hey, I'll be the first one in line," but James is contractually obligated to Marvel till May of next year, right? So he's going to be working with obviously with Warner's and DC starting November, but he has a lot to do with Marvel because Guardians 3 and the Guardians holiday special.
Well, I mean, they're taking a page off the Star Wars holiday special, right?
Yeah, man. Let me tell you something. The only good thing about the Star Wars holiday special, and I think I have an old DVD, like a burned DVD. I think I bought it at Frankenson's. The only good thing was that we got the debut of Boba Fett in that, right? Everything else was garbage. Oh my god, it was so bad.
It's all garbage, dude.
I don't do drugs, but if I did acid, I would do acid.
Yeah, dude, that thing is it's not enjoyable at all.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
All right. Well, B posted this about I guess there's a new Venom, right?
Man, Tom Rothman over at Sony Studios, he's gonna milk what he can, right? He's gonna milk what he can off the Spider-Man franchise. And listen, the screenwriter, right? I think it's Kelly Marcel. She's gonna direct Venom 3. she must have had a hell of a pitch, because this movie's still going to be $100 million plus. So the question is she directing by color? Remember how you used to draw like with numbered colors, like the old art, like coloring books, right? Is she just going to be given a script and be given everything and told, this is what you're going to do? Because I don't see much experience for her, but they're giving her Venom 3, so congratulations.
But dude, come on, dude. Those movies aren't that good. She could do it.
No. Well, you know what? We might be surprised, and it's the fucking best one. It's kind of like Bumblebee, right?
Yeah, but it doesn't take that much.
Yeah,
those movies are bad, bro.
Yeah.
The Venom ones.
Listen, here's the thing. I sent you some pictures, and I don't think we posted them, but we kind of forget that there's a bunch of Spider-Man shit being made at Sony, right? They got the Madam Spider movie coming, and dude, I'm afraid. I'm scared. I'm scared they're really going to screw the pooch on the Spider-Man franchise over at Sony. It might be a good thing, and maybe they screw up so bad that they finally give it back to Marvel. But man, Madam Spider, why?
Well, they don't have to. They don't have too much to work with.
Dude, I don't know. Miles. I don't know. I'm just kind of surprised. They're just trying to milk it. Along with that horrible concept of what is it? The Bad Bunny fucking movie they're making as well.
Bad Bunny, man. I was listening to his music. It sounds like a horse giddy yapping. So dumb.
Yeah. I feel
old. I guess maybe like Power 106 plays it, so it must be good.
Yeah, I feel old when I listen to Bad Bunny, because being Cuban, I'm like, salsa merengue. I do all that stuff. I listen to this guy, and I'm like, dude, this is worse than reggaeton. Wow.
It's like reggaeton, though, isn't it?
I don't know.
It's like it General had a baby with a reggaeton.
Oh, you remember it?
If you guys don't know what reggaeton is, it's okay. So like a horse giddy yapping with reggae in Spanish. There you go. And every song has the same pattern. There.
I hear you.
Okay, so what are we doing here? What's the next topic, brother? You pick it out, because I gotta be honest with you. I've had a long day, bro.
Right. So I sent you a couple of things. I sent you a couple of things on Messenger, because there's some things that kind of broke. Let's talk about big news at Marvel. It started on the Jeff Snyder post on his I think it's called the Hot Mic podcast. I sent you one of the links. I don't know if you could pull it up. Long story short, Deadline's confirming.
Yeah.
Deadline's confirming that there is going to be a new Vision TV show on Disney Plus. Starring.
Who broke that story? Who broke that story?
Jeff Snyder. Jeff Snyder broke the story.
But why is Deadline reporting it?
They're just confirming it. They're basically just confirming it.
Who got it first, though?
Jeff Snyder on his Hot Mic podcast.
Okay.
So kudos to Jeff. He kind of broke it. It. Let me get the name real quick here. Just give me 1 second here.
It's hard for me to give kudos to snobs.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
It's called the new show is called. It's a spinoff, and I think it's probably going to have to do with the White Vision. Remember, because at the end of WandaVision, the White Vision flew away. Right?
Yeah.
So it's Vision series starring Paul Bettany in the works at Marvel Studios for Disney Plus.
Mm-hmm.
Paul Bettany's back. It's called Vision Quest. I like the name. Sounds kind of cool. Vision Quest. And Paul Bettany's back. So, again, Marvel is going to continue to milk the Disney Plus. Listen, whether they're good or bad, they're doing extremely well. Now, at the same time, Willow, talking about Disney Plus, right? The Willow early screeners have been started to be sent out to the critics, right? And Louis, I don't know what you've heard, but I'm hearing it's that it's not too good,
Mm.
and they might be going a little on the woke side. So, you know, we'll see.
Well, I was hoping no, because I hoping it was good. I was hoping it was good because I love Willow like a
Hmm.
lot.
Yeah, I love Willow. I absolutely love Willow. I love Willow. And
Yeah, I
again,
love.
it's if there's one good thing about the Disney Plus shows, right? I'm paying whatever the heck it is, 10, $20, whatever it is a month, and I get my ESPN Plus and I get Hulu, right? So it's not like I'm out there paying extra to watch, to buy a DVD or go to the movie theaters. I'm just hoping they turn out a little better product. Again, Tales of the Jedi was extremely good. I really hope something drastic happens in Andor. She-Hulk, you
So
know,
are you starting to agree with me about Andor?
they better do something because here's the thing: is the acting is good.
Yeah,
They're
no,
building the
to to act. The actors are top notch. Cinematography is top notch. The writing is
look.
not top notch.
Okay, but now here's the thing: as a Star Wars fan, and again, for the people who don't know me too much, I got a Rebel Alliance logo on my arm, Boba Fett tattooed to my leg. I got Princess Leia slave outfit tattooed to my arm. Okay, I love Star Wars. If there's a good thing about Andor, okay, it's showing us the Empire. Get it? So Louis, see if you agree with me on this. If you were watching, and if someone gets introduced to Star Wars via Andor, right? That's the first ever they've seen Star Wars, and they start watching this. It looks like a very political drama, right? There's no laser swords. There's no crazy wizards yet, right? There's no force, right?
In
It's a
Andor.
very an Andor, an Andor. It's a very different approach. It's showing us a lot of the inner workings of the Empire. They're actually showing us the Empire. I'm not talking
Yeah,
about
man,
showing
but
us a
that's
Tie
not an
Fighter.
that's not an excuse to make a boring show, though.
So, so again, we have to remember. I told you that I would give you my final opinion on, Lord of the Rings of Power, whatever.
Yeah.
But I want to watch the whole thing. We got 4 more episodes. They
Oh,
better
Andor?
fuck of Andor.
Oh my
Okay,
god.
they better fucking turn it around. Like the next 4 episodes have to be mind blowing. Because if not, I think people are going to be like, "What did we just watch?" Because it's like reading War and Peace. You're like, "Oh, it's cool, yeah, War and Peace, woo!" But you start reading it after a while, you're like, "Oh shit, it's
Well,
long."
I don't think it has any. Honestly, the Empire doesn't really even look like the Empire to me.
Well, it's showing a lot of the inner workings of the empire, right? It's like showing us the inner workings of the government.
Yeah,
Now,
bro,
at the
like
same
the
time,
toilets. They're showing
no,
toilets and
no,
showers.
no. Listen, I
I don't
agree
want
with
to
you.
see that.
The one thing that surprised me, I'm like, I didn't really care if Mon Mothma was married, nor did I care that she had a fucking kid, and I really don't care about dinner parties that she's fucking having, right? But Mon Mothma's had like 4 or 5 fucking dinner parties, right?
She's had
And
like
I'm
five
like,
dinner. That's all she does.
yeah, she should. This girl should be putting on some weight because she drinks and eats a lot. But
Well, yeah,
no,
dude. It's like we're
she
getting
must
two
work
hours.
out. She must work out a lot. Okay.
We're getting
Now,
2 hours of Mon Mothma with her daughter. Hey, hun, how was your school today? It was fine. What'd you have for lunch? Well, I had a turkey sandwich and some fries, but unfortunately, they didn't have Coke, so I had instead of Coke, I drank Pepsi.
so
Like
look,
that's not.
the last episode, they went to Saw Gerrera, right? So I'm hoping because what the one thing that we know about Saw Gerrera, he's pretty ruthless, right? He's the one that doesn't give a shit about anything, right? So I'm hoping that the next 4 episodes really flip the fucking dial because we've gone through what is it, 7 episodes, 6 episodes, whatever the hell they are, and we're
Yeah.
kind of like, okay, we're waiting, like fucking let the shoe
No,
drop.
they're probably not gonna watch this feed, but then the stupid excuses why the show is not that good. Oh, It's the most adult show. It's like, dude, that's not an excuse for being boring. You know what I mean?
And by the way, and this is what's kind of frustrating for me because again, I like the adult aspect. Look, when we go back and watch Battlestar Galactica, the one with Eddie Olmos and Katie
Dude, that
Dammer,
okay, time out. That was fucking exciting, bro.
but exactly. Remember
And
that
it was
episode?
adult.
And it's adult. Remember that episode 33, right? Where they had to fucking
Dude,
jump every 33 minutes.
Andor and Galactica have a similar feel, but the only difference is
Less
that
excitement.
Galactica's good. Dude, come on, bro.
You know what kills me, Louis? Right
Oh,
before Disney bought Lucasfilm, okay? Right
yeah.
before they bought Lucasfilm, and a lot of people know this. George Lucas already had like 60 something scripts for a Star Wars TV show. The whole Star Wars TV show is actually that's from George Lucas. He wanted to do this years ago. And some of the people that he brought aboard were some of the battle Ron Moore, Brandon Braga, all these guys, the people who came over from the Star Trek side and then went over to Battlestar Galactica, right? Like Ron Moore, they were actually invited to go in and throw some pitches and put some stuff together. And all I could think about, holy shit, if we would have had a Star Wars that was very Battlestar Galactica, you imagine that shit? Oh my God, that would have been
That
great.
Battlestar Galactica, that TV show, man. Okay, so like when the people describe Andor, the ones that defend it no matter what, because it says Star Wars on there. When they describe Andor, they're describing Galactica. You know what I mean? They're not
Yeah,
describing Andor.
it's not Galactica. It's not Galactica. Now, here's what's crazy, and I said it a minute ago. Tales of the Jedi, and I know you haven't seen it yet.
No, I'm gonna watch it right now with my son. I am. I saw the trailer for that. It looks good.
Dude, I'm just gonna say it covers probably like 20, 30 years, right? In single little 15-minute episodes approximately. And they even explain something that happened to a certain character, okay, that we saw in episode 1, but then we didn't see again. Okay.
Yeah, Yaddle. Let me ask you a
Yaddle.
question. Are those all out right now?
They're all out.
Or okay.
Yeah,
How
go
long does
watch
it
them.
take to watch them all?
Shit, I think I watched them all like in less than 2 hours. They're 15-minute episodes. They're like an hour and a half, hour 40. I think I watched them all.
All right, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that tonight. All right,
they're that good.
All right, guys, listen. We're almost at an hour here. Believe it or not. Get your questions in. I'm gonna try to go with everyone's questions. Starting with Wing Zero. I'm gonna highlight them and go through them like real quick. So we're gonna maybe finish one or two more topics and then go to the questions. What else is next? What do you have?
Well, hold on a second.
Oh, also don't forget us follow Atomic Wire. It's actually
Yes.
blowing up, man. You guys are doing really good over there.
Yeah, we're doing better. We're slowly but surely. I appreciate it, all the help. Oh yeah, you know what? Let me talk about one thing. This one is kind of. I don't know if there's many Doctor Who fans in your group, Louis. Okay.
There is.
All right. So listen, my wife is a huge Doctor Who fan.
Yeah.
I am not. By the way, I'm not saying that I'm not a huge I don't like it. I like it. It's a little different for me. Maybe it's just the whole British side of it that I don't really get into it. But I have a whole lot of respect for that franchise. As a matter of fact, I want to build a TARDIS, right? I want to build a TARDIS, right? But something that's breaking right now is that you know how Disney is getting the rights to be able to broadcast Doctor Who everywhere except for the UK, basically, right? In the UK, it's going to stay with the BBC, okay? But everywhere else, it's going to stream on Disney Plus. You're like, okay, cool. They're going to get it to other people. This is what's kind of upsetting certain people, which is Telegraph. Now, they're not necessarily a beacon of truth, right? They post a lot of tabloid shit, But Telegraph, the newspaper, is reporting that under this deal, Disney is getting some creative control of Doctor Who and will be putting money towards production. And I'm kind of like, ooh, I don't know how I feel, because some of the argument, some of the things that I don't necessarily personally like, I'm like, oh, the special effects are kind of cheesy. But when you talk to the Doctor Who fans, that's something they love, right? That cheesiness out of Doctor Who. But supposedly, Disney's going to get involved in actually producing the new
If you have
Doctor Who
I
show.
could see that. If you had distribution rights, I could see that.
So that's one thing that broke, which was I thought was kind of interesting. And then the other thing, we got to talk about this, Louis, and we don't talk about politics, but it has to do with Wakanda Forever. Okay,
Uh-huh.
you can't share what I posted on what I sent you on Messenger.
No, not right now.
All
You
right,
can
so
explain it to him.
there's a social justice activist. I'll just read you the headline that says, social justice activist says white people must skip Black Panther Wakanda Forever on opening weekend. To do anything other than this is anti-Black. Now, I'm sure she's just like one crazy person, okay? But this is kind of making the headlines across the internet, that you have at least one person who's somewhat like a social justice warrior
Well, what they're
that's saying,
telling, someone's telling the fans, like, if you're not to buy it, don't, if you're white, don't go and see it. Don't go and watch it, right?
and that would be a huge disservice, right? Go watch Black Panther opening weekend, second weekend, third weekend, whatever you're going to watch it. But
Well,
that's just
you'll end up hurting the movie.
yeah, you'll end up hurting the movie. And can we stop the whole black and white shit? Listen,
No,
we're
we
all
can't.
we all bleed the same. We all
We
bleed
we
the same
can't.
color.
But we can't stop. No, we can't. We can't stop it. Makes too much money, dude. Sorry,
Yeah, and that's the problem. That's
yeah,
the problem. I
we
hate
can't.
division, guys. But listen, when people like that show up on your feeds, just block them, because that's
There's no people.
idiocy.
There's no
That's
people like that
stupid.
anywhere. Only people like that have blue check marks on Twitter, or they own their,
Yeah. So that's pretty much all the stuff that's breaking right now, Louis. So Vision Quest, Black Panther. By the way, Black Panther is tracking some huge numbers, 175 million plus. Black Adam is still going strong. By the way, I love, for the folks that haven't been watching The Rock's Twitter feed, Instagram feed. He's not done. This guy is still pumping and thanking. If there's one thing that I really enjoy of The Rock, is how much he cares about his fans, and
yeah,
he's out there thanking you guys for making that movie the number one movie in the world. His Danny Garcia, his ex brother-in-law Hiram Garcia, they're also on there posting. So if you guys have a minute, go on their Twitter feed and Instagram feed. They're posting a lot of behind the scenes pictures of like Hawkman and stuff like that. If you guys haven't seen Black Adam, you guys got to go watch it. This is a spectacle that must be seen on the big screen. Okay.
yeah. Yep. Let's see how it does this week. It'll probably drop off. Like, it'll probably do like 60% of last week.
Yeah, yeah.
That's still
I
good.
think
That's
I
still
think
good.
it'll drop 40. I think it'll drop 40%. You're right.
Yeah, that's
I like
40%.
this. I like this question from Wing Zero.
All right, let's start off with the questions real quick because I am tired, but we're still going to answer the questions. All right, Wing Zero. So, you all think Marvel will bring back Iron Man? 100% yes. I do think they will bring back Iron Man because that's the pattern with everything. You take a break from what made you massive. You wait to people forget, and your box office starts to get a little lower, and then you come back and redo it. Just like I really believe 100% Christopher Nolan will make another Batman movie. There's no doubt in my mind that's going to happen eventually. What do you
Boy,
think?
you're so I think that we will see the next incarnation. We're not going to just have one Iron Man, right? We know that there's going to be we know that Rhodey's coming back, and we're going to get we're going to have him come back. on a TV show that also Disney Plus is doing, right? That War Machine's coming back. Ironheart, that's going to be featured heavily in Wakanda Forever, okay, is also trying to fill in a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised that we see something Iron Man specifically in Secret Wars.
Mm.
Right? Because Secret Wars we're once again fucking around with different multiverses. Okay, and it wouldn't surprise me if we see an Iron Man and maybe even RDJ to come back.
Oh, RDJ is gonna come back.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Let me see if we got any other questions. If not, we're gonna wind it up.
Jody's Doctor Who was too much propaganda.
What do you think? I didn't watch it.
You know, again, my wife has watched every episode except for hers.
On purpose or just no time?
Well, part of it's time. She wants to watch it. She wants to know what's going on. Okay, but there is, let's see. Let's see. I'll probably end up before the new season kicks in. I'll probably end up watching it.
Yeah, I'm not into the propaganda. Lewis. By the way, Julie, thanks for sharing Atomic Wire. Lewis, did you see that I sent you an Instagram about Johnny's tour dates in the UK? They went on sale today. Oh, that's awesome. I gotta be honest with you. I don't go into I don't have time. Like right now, I'm gonna pass out. After this, I'm passing out. So I'm even like, the only reason I'm on is because I get like 300 phone calls from Robert here to go on. If not, I wouldn't even be on right now. So yeah, as soon as most of the time, as soon as I'm off, I'm off. So don't take it personally, please. But yeah, I'll probably see this. I'll probably read it like next week. But no, that's cool. Johnny Depp, we're going to be seeing him next Friday. Damn. In a week from today, I will be in Vegas finishing the Johnny Depp concert and then running to see Tiesto and till 4 a.m. Jesus. Can't wait. Thanks for sharing Grayson report as well. Hopefully we get her to 1,000. The people's eyebrow. That's right. Best movie ever, allegedly. You talking about Black Panther?
Panther.
It's unfair for the movie when when the critics do that. It's unfair for the movie and everyone who worked on it, because they're bringing up the expectations so high that the movie's not gonna meet them. Period. Like when I started hearing that, like when I heard the reviews for Shang-Chi, I didn't want to go see it.
Oh.
Because it was over. I couldn't even watch Shang-Chi, dude. I saw like 10 minutes of it and I turned it off. Save the balls. Get me a blue check mark. There you go. Let me see. Bring back Iron Man. Sure. They will.
Well, they're asking how. Real simple. You know what? Just Google Secret Wars. You get an idea of what it's going to be taking place. And basically, they're pulling heroes from different multiverses, different planets, basically, from the multiverse. And that's an easy way to bring back, Iron Man, even RDJ.
Well, I think the problem is, though, that's going to be, it's going to take a huge buildup. And that's going to take like 10 movies, bro.
Well, here's the thing. Listen, and I know we're starting to wrap up, but let's just say something real quick. Kevin Feige, same thing. He said that the way this is ending, that Wakanda Forever, and we're not going to spoil anything, guys, but Wakanda Forever, and this is what I found interesting, that the Guardians Holiday Special is going to be setting up Phase 5 and 6. And I was like, how the fuck is the Guardians Galaxy Special going to be setting up Phase 5? There's a lot of rumors out there. One of them, and we can talk about rumors, One of them is that maybe at the Guardians holiday special, they kind of give us a glimpse of the Silver Surfer. Okay, that'd be kind of big. All right. Um, Maybe they show something, Fantastic Four related. Okay. But let's not be surprised because, especially what Feige said, that Wakanda Forever and Guardians Holiday Special are going to help set up the next phase. So let's see.
Yeah, I almost fell asleep with that explanation. Not because of the way you delivered it. It's just, yeah, I don't care. So what? Silver Surfer's in there. Fuck it. Who cares?
Dude, he's one of the greatest fucking characters.
Dude, but the thing is, every time Marvel puts out a movie, it's one of the greatest characters, bro. You got to decide. Shang-Chi
Here,
was the best movie ever. Then this one's the best movie ever.
no. No, Shang-Chi was not.
But they can't,
No.
dude. Robert, did they come out of the theater saying it was the best movie ever?
Shang-Chi, no, I don't think. Well, so you had some people, and listen, a lot of, this is what happens.
How many times did you say the movie is the best movie ever coming out of the theater? That they,
I never said. I thought.
No. I'm talking hypothetically with the crowd coming out of the premieres.
Well,
Marvel really did it. I think it's the best one ever. Like, dude.
Okay. Dude,
it's cringe.
Dude, Louis, I'm sure you've explained this before to your viewers and readers, right? That
yeah.
The reason, you get sent to the premiere, they send you to the after party, they liquor you up, right? You get free swag, right? Are you going to give a bad review? Listen, when I used to do junkets back in the day, 10, 12 years ago, we knew we had a piece of shit movie when the swag was really good, right? I remember, do you guys remember that movie with John Krasinski and Mandy Moore and Robin Williams? It was about a couple's therapy fucking movie. I forget what it was. It wasn't very good. But you know what? They gave us free round trip tickets to Jamaica. They gave us a complimentary stay for 3 nights or 2 nights at the Sandals Resort in Jamaica.
You froze in the perfect spot.
Oh, did I freeze?
Yeah, you're back.
Okay, so real quickly, the Krasinski, Mandy Moore, Robin Williams movie at the junket, they gave us round trip tickets to Jamaica, Sandals 2-night stay at Sandals. Okay, they gave us tons of swag. Why would they do that?
How was the movie though?
It was fucking on a scale of 1 to 10, it was like a 2. Okay, but the studio, remember the way it works. They have money set aside for publicity. So, how many times we would get flown to a premiere? All of a sudden they would fly us out from LA to New York, and they'd stick us at the Mandarin, or they would stick us at this big, big, really fancy hotels and the per diems and this and this and this. And literally, a lot of times they would ask you for quotes as you're walking out of the after party. Well, shit, I'm liquored up. It's great. Like, what are you going to say? Right? That's the thing, Louis. Listen, the PR people are great at that. Same thing when they would take us to Comic-Con, right? Comic-Con, and they would give us early screenings. And dude, they know how to buy people off. So there's a lot of people. It's like certain people who we won't mention their names, who like to host. Listen, they host a pretty big podcast. They've been doing it for 12 years. They happen to also moderate panels in Hall H at Comic-Con, and they do screenings and a bunch of shit. Do you think they're going to say something negative about a movie on a studio that basically feeds them? Right? You imagine if all of a sudden I'm hosting a panel for Shang-Chi at Comic-Con Hall H, right? Do you think I'm going to say, the movie sucks? No, then you're never going to be asked to host a panel again, right? They know how to buy you out, Louis.
Yeah, that's true, man.
Yep. The Wu did a great job, but the plot was silly, and the non-lethal energy weapons were kidding. This is my biggest problem with Shang-Chi is the actor. What's the guy's name? Sammy Lou, Samo
Who
Lou,
knows?
right? I think he was. I liked him in that Canadian Korean sitcom, right? I think it's called Kim's Convenience, right? He was pretty good in that. I think that's where he was at. Yeah, that's where he's from. But the thing about Samo Lou, he reminds me of Ray Fisher, right? In the sense that he's constantly complaining about something. He's always the victim, something. Dude, you're an actor in a big fucking movie. Be grateful. You know how many out of work actors are out there, right? And he's just constantly whining. Same thing as Ray Fisher.
All right, man. Listen, let's make it a day. Let's make it a night. Robert, over there, Atomic Wire, man. What do you got going on over there?
What do I have going on over there? Listen, for the people who are interested in spoilers, go onto the channel. You could actually hear the spoiler, the leak that we talked about a few days ago, and then me kind of confirming it. Okay, something that we're going to be doing. Louis, I'm headed your way on Sunday. We're going to Frankensons. We're going to start recording a kind of special. We're going to be toy hunting. We're going to be hunting toys for the Bob Cave. For the people who can see, you guys could see E.T., you guys could see Groot, you guys see my life-size Predator back there. I got Yoda right here. Again, I haven't done a complete tour of the place, but we're going to be hunting toys at Frankensons and other places, and we're going to show people what we find. That's what we're going to be doing.
Lisa Boo says, thanks, Louis. Love you guys. Thank you. Thank you.
See how they thank you, but they never thank me, Louis.
Well, because you're like
I'm
John
jealous.
Cena. You're invisible, dude. You're like John Cena. All right, guys. Talk to y'all later. We're gonna be doing some more lives. Just stay tuned. Don't forget next week, November the 1st. That's a Tuesday on Nerd Report. We're gonna have my epic birthday stream. Come on down, Robert, if you want to go over there as well, and just talk shit for a few hours. And then also, like, next week's gonna be very informal because we're going to be going into Vegas. So there's going to be streams all over the time, different times. So you want to keep looking up the channels. All right. Talk to you all later.
Real quickly, happy Halloween, folks. Dress up, pass out candy, have fun, and talk.
We'll probably be here on Monday talking horror movies.
I might dress up as something.
I might dress up as something right now?
I might not tonight. That's not tonight. I might dress up in my underoos or something for Halloween.
Oh boy. With that,